57 for 6 by the Punjab Kings in the return fixture against Royal Challengers Bengaluru. In slightly, if you may look at it, two-pace, sluggish wicket at Mullanpur. Remember, the last game that you saw at Mullanpur, 111 was defended. Here you have gotten 46 runs more on a day game. But I think it is a very, very sluggish wicket. You saw Krunal Pandya, you saw Suyash Sharma getting plenty of purchases. 4 wickets have been taken by the spinners. Romario Shepherd, himself not a pacer, and looking at, he's a medium pacer strictly. He got 1 wicket, and that is why 1 run out. Fantastic bowling display in the depths from Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Josh Hazlewood, until that final ball. Brilliant display from them. And after a solid start, 33 from Prabh Simran, 22 from Priyansh Arya, 29 from Josh Inglis, and 31 from Shashank Singh. Marco Jansen with 25. They have gotten 157. Par total, or it's going to be an easy chase for RCB?
It's definitely below par, and at least 20 runs according to me below par. And what this total has done is that this is now in Virat Kohli's territory sort of a total. He's not going to throw his wicket away like a Riyan. We saw Riyan Parag yesterday when the total was in hand and he wasn't able to go after he threw his wicket. Today we are not going to see that from Virat Kohli, because that's what differentiates him from everybody else. He puts a value to his wicket, and he definitely today knows that today. I think last time one more game against Rajasthan Royals, I think, where they were chasing 170. Over there also I feel Virat Kohli went not out in the... No, he wasn't not out, but he played quite a big role in that victory as well. So today I think it's the same sort of a total, and whenever the RCB will be chasing anything under 200, I think Virat Kohli will really... The calculation would have already been done in his head, and he would know how to go about this chase. He would be just waiting and licking his lips to come out and just score another 50 for his team.
What do you think?
I think literally an under par total, maybe about 15 runs short, I would say. Shreyas Iyengar's form, I think, is a cause of concern now, maybe. I think we'll probably deliberate on it in the post-match discussion, but runs haven't been coming off his bat in the last few matches. Overall, I think it was a more better effort from RCB on what looked like to be a two-paced wicket, but then I think RCB cannot really be, trusted upon even by their fans. They may love them, but overall, when it comes to chasing those totals, even if, the totals are in that tricky territory, or even if they are not, I think they'll still have to bat out of their skin, because Punjab's bowling is still fine. They did the job against Punjab Kings, Kolkata the other day, and I think they'll probably back themselves to do it again.
For me, I'll make it 3-zip, because I think this is...
No, I'm predicting Punjab Kings.
No, but instead it's an under par total.
Yeah, under par total, but still
I am also saying it's an under par total, because I think the middle overs, and I think out of the death overs, when you look at it, it was a very poor display from the Punjab Kings. RCB bowled very well. Their fielding today was a sharp improvement as compared to other previous instances. Mullanpur, normally you see sluggish fielding, but then here today, the catch by Krunal Pandya in particular was fantastic. And yes, the runouts, Tim David also was good. Phil Salt, I remember one stop that he did was simply awesome to say. So I am predicting that, okay, it may not be an easy win for RCB. So I am also going with RCB. They have the capability to chase this down. This is right in Virat Kohli's range. But against spin, that might be a problem, because see, Harpreet Brar will be your impact sub. Okay, if you have to look at any of the others spin bowling here, Yuzi Chahal is one of the best in the business. So Yuzi Chahal, Harpreet Brar, Marco Jansen, Arshdeep Singh, maybe on this wicket it's Marcus Stoinis kind of a wicket, slow cutters when you see it. So this is a big development that is there. But you've got batting depth until Romario Shepherd. Devdutt Padikkal is going to come in. But yeah, for Romario Shepherd, first game, he doesn't play spin well at all. Delhi Capitals will know how woeful he was against the spinners. So I would say that RCB will really struggle. See, this week, 2 things can happen. One, either their away streak ends, or their home jinx ends. That is one thing, because they are taking on RR after this at Chinnaswamy. Then they'll take on DC. One of those games, one of these 2 factors will happen. RR's home jinx will end, or their away streak could end. But Punjab Kings, I would say just for the sake of the IPL, today if RCB win, then it will be like a typical Bangalore traffic jam. 5 teams on 10 points. No one has gotten away.
Another, win in different conditions for RCB, but their home jinx would continue.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. I mean, this is already a historic season for RCB. Winning in Eden, winning in Chepauk, winning in Wankhede, winning in Savai Mansingh. Now, if they win this
and get really tight if they end up winning this, because all the teams, whatever advantage I think the top 2 teams in Gujarat and Delhi would have had, I think all of that will suddenly start to slip away from your hand. That early blast that you had to begin the season, you had that advantage. But suddenly, when you'll have 5 teams at the same points, Delhi definitely has the advantage of playing 1 game less as compared to the other teams that are on 10 points, but still 1 loss away from being at par with 5 teams. That's going to be a little. That is when the pressure will really build.
See, now teams will start to cancel each other out, because whatever advantage GT or DC might have had, that's gone. Because GT beating DC and LSG beating RR have ensured that either of the teams, one slip up from 1, they can go to 5. That's how tight the points table is at this point.
We had one season wherein, there were 2 or 3 teams who were tied at 16 points, and the ones finishing 5th could not qualify because of the net run rate. We could have the same situation this time around.
I mean, net run rate, who better than the Windies team? The women's team, unfortunately, to have faced that. They lost out World Cup qualification by 0.013.
Yeah, and that story will be up very shortly in Sports Today.
I mean, you have to feel for the Windies girls here. I mean, the men couldn't qualify last year. I mean, 2023, they didn't qualify for the ODI World Cup. Even the women's team are not making it with a barrister margin. So, yes, net run rate, I think these 4, I am predicting the top 4 will be decided on net run rate. This IPL 2025, because it's so close. And if RCB win today, man, 10 points, 5 teams, and Mumbai win, then they are right in the midst.
But at least, I feel one of Gujarat Titans or Delhi Capitals to have a consistent run leading up to the, possible playoff spot for them. I expect either of them to maybe, finish with about 10 or 11 wins.
See, for RCB, they know if they lose today, it doesn't take long for them to slip down the order. And that will mean if RCB lose, then it's a huge lifeline for the likes of KKR, Mumbai Indians, and for CSK. And even for SRH and Rajasthan Royals, for that matter.
Even for the teams who are up top, they'll realize that once RCB wins, it's going to be very tight. Then it will be just RCB and Lucknow would have played 8 games, but Punjab, Delhi and Gujarat will be tied. And any of the 3 teams, whoever lose, they will come in the same bracket as a Lucknow and Bengaluru. So it's going to get really interesting. Halfway mark of the IPL as well. This game marks the halfway mark. So we are exactly at the halfway mark between 1 innings.
Yep. So yes, there is a it's really hotting up in North India and all over India. It's a heat wave currently. I mean, Central and West India, you look at it, they were struggling, the players. And today, Mulampur is humid, but it is cloudy and you are expecting rain later in the evening. But it's not going to be easy for the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. And whether their batters will step up, I think on this pitch, Jitesh will be Rajat Patidar will be very important for their chances. So 158, it's this very irritating middling kind of a
chance they get rid of Virat Kohli early. I think I think as of now it's 70-30 in favor of RCB. But as soon as Virat falls, it might just come down to 45-55.
I think one thing that goes in RCB's favor in this particular instance is that top 3 of your 4 batters can literally play that accumulator's role. If the Padikkal is more than likely will be the impact sub, Kohli is there. Rajat Patidar can change gears, as and when it is needed, but he can play the accumulator role very well. So I think they are probably a partnership away from winning this match. Maybe a 70 or an 80 run partnership should do it for them.
But Virat's wicket, what will that do? That will just put a lot of pressure on the middle order, which is already not in top form. Devdutt Padikkal has just had 1 innings. He was dropped last time around. Then there is a Romario Shepherd who's playing his first game this season. So it's going to be a little tough. And then spinners will dominate. We have seen Yuzi Chahal, if he gets a wicket early on, with that confidence, he can really choke the other team out. So Virat's wicket will be very crucial. But more often than not, we have seen him take the team over the line. So again today, that's why.
I mean, the start that Phil Salt gives will be very important.
Yeah, that too.
Because Salt
if he takes them to a flyer, I think it'll.
Yeah. And I think, as the ball gets softer, I think in run scoring becomes much more difficult. And on this pitch, a softer ball will ensure that you don't score the runs that quickly. So yes, salt will be the key. Virat is just 150 away from having the most 50s in the history of the IPL, if that happens. So yes, Arshdeep versus Virat, UZ versus Virat, UZ versus Rajat Patidar,
Harpreet Brar versus
Harpreet Brar. Yes, he troubled RCB a lot in the last couple of seasons. So yes, Harpreet Brar will be the key in this match also. So yes, there is the impact sub that we've got. Harpreet Brar in, and mostly I think Prabh Simran is out.
You have Josh Inglis as your keeper. So, time for prediction?
Punjab.
RCB. I think they're making it 5 out of 5 in the away streak.
I'll go with Siddharth here. It's 2-1 in favor of RCB.
But remember, whoever has gotten the majority, they have always failed on a weekend. Yeah. I mean, last weekend you predicted, he predicted SRH versus PBKS and SRH won. You predicted one team and they won. I predicted DC to lose versus MI and that happened. So, I wish there was an abstain vote in this. But no, I think I'll go with RCB. I think,
even I'm picking RCB here, but I'm not confident about them. The only reason why I'm picking because I know Punjab Kings have scored an under par total. And that's why I just expect maybe RCB to, just huff and puff there and get over the line. But I'm not really too sure about it.
But I think it should be. It won't be an easy chase, that's for sure. But let's see. And today also we are going to gear up for MI versus CSK, El Clasico Part 2. So that at the Wankhede will be very, very interesting. Will we see Deval Brevis in action? Let's look at it. So yes, one more game after this coming up. MI versus CSK at Wankhede, and we'll be bringing you all the updates there. If this match hopefully ends by 7, hopefully, because yesterday Shubman Gill, he got fined. No, that isn't the punishment. You have to either have a over plus run penalty or forget over rate offenses in that sense. So thank you guys from me, Gulati and Shashwat. It is bye-bye. See you soon for the post-match.